When the Untamed first hit screens, no one could have predicted the storm it would unleash. The on-screen chemistry between Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo wasn't just convincing, it was magnetic. Fans across the globe didn't merely watch the drama. They felt it, lived it, and carried it into reality. What started as a story of two fictional brothers in arms began to blur into something more dangerous, something neither actor could fully control. First, everything seemed perfect. Both stars rose to unprecedented fame, their names whispered together like an unbreakable bond. Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo. They were branded as a package, inseparable and unstoppable. Magazine covers, interviews, and variety shows pushed the narrative of their unshakable brotherhood. But behind the dazzling lights, whispers began to creep in. Some claimed Xiao Zhan's team wasn't happy with Wang Yibo's growing popularity. Others swore Wang Yibo's management worried that their star was being overshadowed by Xiao Zhan's refined, polished image. Every smile, every glance between them was dissected by fans and critics alike, turned into evidence of either unbreakable loyalty or a slow-burning rivalry. Then came the first crack. A small rumor, so insignificant it could have been dismissed, yet too sharp to ignore. It spread online like wildfire, that the bond between the two wasn't as genuine as fans had been led to believe. Xiao Zhan's supporters accused Wang Yibo of being cold, distant, perhaps even resentful. Wang Yibo's camp, in turn, suggested Xiao Zhan was playing the victim while quietly enjoying the spotlight. But what really happened? Insiders whispered about tense moments on set. About times when one would enter a room and the other would grow silent. About offers that were given to both, but only one accepted. Was it jealousy? Was it manipulation by the industry, pitting them against each other to keep the flames of fan wars alive? Or was it something deeper, something more personal, something that could fracture even the strongest brotherhood? And then the betrayal rumors surfaced. Some swore Wang Yibo had discovered something Xiao Zhan's team tried to hide. Others hinted that Xiao Zhan felt abandoned during one of his darkest controversies, left alone when he expected his brother to stand by him. The silence between the two only fueled the fire. Public appearances became colder, smiles less genuine, interactions rare. Fans began choosing sides. The word betrayal hung heavy in the air, though no one knew for certain who betrayed whom, or if betrayal had ever happened at all. Were they victims of the entertainment machine, their bond ripped apart for profit? Or had fame, jealousy, and human weakness truly turned brotherhood into rivalry? One thing is certain: the truth lies in the shadows, carefully guarded, and perhaps too dangerous to reveal. Because sometimes the most painful betrayals don't come from enemies, but from brothers. The silent war. The first spark was hardly noticeable. A missed birthday post. A lukewarm interview response. A red carpet moment where Xiao Zhan extended a hand and Wang Yibo, distracted by cameras, didn't take it. For ordinary colleagues, these would have meant nothing. But for two stars whose relationship was under a microscope, every small gesture was magnified into a battlefield. The fandom split like glass under pressure. Xiao Zhan's supporters accused Wang Yibo of arrogance, of riding on Xiao Zhan's coattails until his own fame skyrocketed, then discarding him like a shadow. Wang Yibo's fans retaliated, saying Xiao Zhan was calculated, using his softer image to manipulate sympathy while Wang Yibo remained real. But here's the twist: neither side seemed fully right. Behind closed doors, industry insiders whispered of a silent war, not between the actors, but between their management teams. Contracts, endorsements, and casting decisions became weapons. If one landed a global brand deal, the other's team would push harder for a bigger, shinier campaign. If one was cast in a blockbuster drama, the other's camp would leak news of an even grander project. Fans thought they were fighting for their idols. But in truth, they were pawns in a larger game. A game of influence, money, and power. Still, the rumors of personal betrayal lingered. It was said that during Xiao Zhan's darkest scandal, when he was silenced and attacked online, he expected one voice to break through the noise: Wang Yibo's. But silence came instead. That silence felt like a knife. Was it fear or indifference? Only Wang Yibo knows. And yet, others tell a different story. They say Wang Yibo was warned, that his management threatened him. Speak out and risk everything you've built. His silence wasn't betrayal, it was survival. Which story is true? The truth lies buried in fragments. An unfinished sentence in an interview, a nervous glance on stage, a private message no one has seen. But fans, relentless and hungry for answers, began connecting dots of their own. Threads of conspiracy theories spread across forums. Xiao Zhan unfollowed him secretly. Wang Yibo's new song is throwing shade. Their agencies are deliberately keeping them apart. Each theory more dramatic than the last, each tearing the fandom deeper apart. And in the middle of it all, Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo stood silent, watching as the world debated whether they were still brothers, or already enemies. The shadow that changed everything. Every great bond has a breaking point. For Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo, that moment didn't explode in front of flashing cameras or screaming fans. It crept in quietly like a shadow, slipping into their world unnoticed. Until it was too late. The night the rumor broke, the internet went wild. A mysterious leak, a grainy photo, a half-captured recording, whispers of a secret meeting, surfaced online. Nobody could confirm its authenticity, yet within minutes it spread like wildfire across forums, fan groups and gossip blogs. Some swore it showed the two stars arguing backstage after an award show. Others insisted it was doctored, a trap set by rivals. But the damage was done. The idea of conflict was planted, and once planted, it grew like poison ivy, twisting around everything they did. Fans became detectives. Every word in interviews was replayed. Every sideways glance dissected. Did you see the way Wang Yibo avoided Xiao Zhan's eyes? Why did Xiao Zhan's smile vanish when Yibo's name was mentioned? Theories stacked higher, each one darker than the last. Then came the ultimate blow. An anonymous insider, known only as Night Sparrow, posted a chilling claim. The betrayal wasn't professional. It was personal. Trust broken. Secret spilled. And it can never be repaired. Those words hit like a thunderclap. Suddenly, this wasn't just about missed posts or cold interviews. This was deeper, sharper. An invisible knife between brothers. But what was the secret? Some claimed Xiao Zhan confided in Wang Yibo during the storm of controversy, only for details to leak out later. Others whispered Wang Yibo felt abandoned long before, overshadowed and unacknowledged, and someone in his circle let something slip. The truth, still buried. Hidden behind carefully crafted smiles and rehearsed public appearances. But the tension was undeniable. Industry whispers grew louder. Producers allegedly avoided booking them together, fearing fan wars would turn deadly. Event organizers claimed their contracts carried secret clauses. Never stand too close, never be photographed alone together, never fuel the fire. And yet, destiny seemed cruel. Every so often, fate forced them back on the same stage. Two figures side by side under blinding lights, smiles stretched thin, eyes heavy with an unspoken history. The audience cheered, but those who looked closely could see it. The silence between them screamed louder than any words could. Were they still brothers, quietly protecting each other from a vicious industry? Or had the betrayal truly severed the bond, turning loyalty into rivalry? No one knows for sure. But one thing is clear. Behind the glamour and applause lies a storm so fierce, it could shatter not only their bond, but the very empire their names built together. And as fans hold their breath, one question lingers in the air like smoke. When the final truth surfaces, will it reveal brotherhood or betrayal? The night of the unspoken truth. The tension had been simmering for months, but nobody expected that night to ignite the fuse. It was an international award show, one of the grandest stages of the year. Cameras flashed like lightning, fans screamed until their voices cracked, and the air itself felt electric. Everyone knew Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo would appear, but no one knew they would be seated only a few feet apart. The audience buzzed like bees. Will they acknowledge each other? Will they finally break the silence? When Xiao Zhan walked in, tall, composed, his black suit gleaming under the lights, the crowd erupted. Minutes later, Wang Yibo followed. Sharp, cool, a fire in his eyes that cameras devoured instantly. The energy shifted. Two giants in the same room again. For a moment, the world seemed to hold its breath. Then it happened. During the live broadcast, a clip surfaced online, captured from an angle the main cameras had missed. It showed Wang Yibo leaning ever so slightly toward Xiao Zhan during the performance of a ballad. His lips moving as if whispering something. Xiao Zhan's expression shifted. Not a smile. Not a frown. Something in between, like recognition mixed with disbelief. What did Wang Yibo say? Nobody could hear. But speculation erupted like wildfire. It was an apology. No, it was a warning. He told Xiao Zhan the truth about the betrayal. Fans tore the clip apart frame by frame, analyzing every flicker of their eyes, every twitch of their lips. Theories spread faster than the performance itself. And in the chaos, another bombshell dropped. Night Sparrow, the same anonymous insider who had once hinted at betrayal, returned with a cryptic post. The stage was never the battlefield. The real war was always behind closed doors. And tonight, the first truth slipped. The fandom went into frenzy. What truth? What slipped? Some swore they saw Xiao Zhan's hand tremble slightly after Wang Yibo leaned in. Others pointed out how, moments later, Wang Yibo's jaw clenched. His usual mask cracking for just a second. Something had happened. Something the cameras weren't meant to capture. After the show, reports emerged of a heated encounter backstage. Some staff claimed they saw Xiao Zhan walk out of the dressing area. His face pale. His eyes dark with something unspoken. Minutes later, Wang Yibo appeared too. Expression cold, fists clenched, as if fighting a storm inside. What did they say to each other? What truth was revealed? The industry kept silent, their teams released polished statements. They respect each other. There's no conflict, but nobody believed them anymore. Because the silence between Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo no longer felt like indifference. Felt like a countdown. And fans, hooked like readers in a deadly novel, asked the same chilling question. When the final moment comes, will they destroy each other? Or prove the world wrong?